Hello, namaste. It's lovely to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook, and Temple of Balance on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me today. I trust that you're feeling good. I trust that you're feeling fantastic. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I'm coming to you live right now from Tasmania, Australia. It is Thursday the 6th of September here at exactly 10:15 a.m. So I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday and Friday. Good morning, Chelsea. Hi, Tanya and Steph. Namaste to you. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing today is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm looking for the best card for Thursday the 6th of September, the best card for Friday the 7th of September, and then the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So just take on board what feels right, what resonates with you, what makes sense to you at this time in your life, and let the rest go. Just think of this as a guide only. You don't have to believe anything I say. I trust my intuition, and I encourage you to trust your intuition as you connect with what resonates best with you. This cat is so funny, look. She's purring her heart out. She thinks I'm talking to her. Aren't ya? So if you hear purring, it's the cat. Maria is very excited. She got me live for a change. Well, that's good. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start by looking for the best card for Thursday, the 6th of September. If it's not Thursday for you yet, then you can think of this as guidance in advance. I didn't share any guidance for Wednesday, but I did do a healing video yesterday if you missed it. So Thursday, the 6th of September. It's been quite an intense time since the weekend, but I know for me personally things are starting to stabilise. I don't know how it is for you, if you're stabilising a bit just over this last day or so, but it's important, I feel, and I've noticed, to take steps when we're noticing something's not right, or if we're noticing we're not coping very well. We need to urgently take steps to support ourselves and to change the course that we're going down. Instead of waking up day after day in the same space of anxiety or feeling out of balance or not coping, let's recognise it and start taking some urgent steps. That's what I've noticed has been really helpful at the moment. So don't hang around in the horrible energy for too long. Take some steps to nurture yourself. Do what you need to do to de-stress if you need to. So Thursday the 6th of September, I am looking for and trust that the best card for the majority of us will find its way to the top of the deck based on the way I choose my cards, which is this card here. We have the Wolf card 44 and this card says instincts, moon, cycles, flow and trust. This card talks about cycles at present on Thursday. So what's the difference between cycles and change? Change to me in this moment feels like a door closing and a door opening, a new chapter of our book of life that we open or move to. This cycle feels like more of a cycles that we go through. It feels a little bit more circular to me, or a little bit more of a spiral to me. Change can be like that too, so they can very much be cross-connected, if you like. But the energy of this feels a little bit different to change, even though cycles bring change. So I think of, like, as a woman, our menstrual cycle and the different cycles that we go through, especially as we start aging a little bit. I don't know if that's the most graceful word to use, but I guess it's a fact that as we start sort of I'm finding it really interesting now in my early 40s to see the fashion trends come back around. Like my daughter is in grade 11 at the same school I was in grade 11 at, and the clothes that they're wearing now are the same sort of clothes that were in fashion when I was in grade 11. So I'm finding it very interesting to notice the cycle of fashion that's coming around again. So I guess when I was in my 20s and 30s, I hadn't really seen that because I hadn't lived long enough to see the cycles play out. So this is sort of what I'm talking about. Not that fashion's necessarily going to be important for us on Thursday, but I'm just trying to explain what I'm talking about here with cycles. So there's something that's going through a cyclic pattern at this time for many of us on Thursday, and something to recognise and do our best to flow with. Perhaps we've been through what we're going through now before. So if we have, has that become perhaps a negative pattern that we've gotten into, a negative cycle that maybe we need to look at how we can really seriously break that cycle now? I guess it comes back a little bit to what I said before I even picked a card. And now I've gone blank. What did I say before I picked the card? I talked about recognising if we've, waking up day after day, not coping, feeling anxious, out of balance, and we just keep waking up day after day without taking any action steps to break that cycle. So cycles we go through, some cycles we might see as just part of life, some cycles we may see as negative patterns. So let's recognise our power, the power that we have to break negative cycles that we may be in right now, to take urgent action to break a cycle, to break a pattern, to break something that keeps repeating itself, that doesn't feel good. So this card's also inspiring us to trust in the journey that we're taking, trust in what we feel we need to do, trust that we have the tools that we need, or we can access the tools that we need to break these cycles and patterns, the negative ones. So if you're waking up day after day in the same crap, dealing with the same stuff that you're not coping with, then it's up to you to recognise that pattern, that cycle, and urgently take some action. If you don't know what to do, please comment. I'm happy to offer advice anytime that I'm around, or anytime that I see a comment of someone. If you're struggling with anxiety, I've had quite a few people contact me and reach out lately who have been feeling anxiety for a little bit of time, for weeks or months, and any advice I can offer to help discover what this anxiety is trying to cover up. So please reach out. I am here for you. I'm sure you've got other people and other resources that are also there for you. So don't feel that you have to do it all on your own, or that you don't have access to tools that can help you, because you certainly do. And it is possible. So don't be a defeatist. Try not to be too resistant to breaking this pattern. So that's the guidance for Thursday, cycles and trusting in our journey. There's a fluid a circle-like energy to this feeling here with the wolf. And if you have a special connection with wolf, or a special bond with wolf, then that's also perhaps a personal message, or what wolf means to you will be personal. Oh, jeepers. So if you have a personal connection with wolf, then that will be your personal connection. It's a confirmation for you if wolf came up. If wolf doesn't mean much to you, then wolf is not significant, that part of the card. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. Well, I do know what I'm trying to say. It's just the words don't really match up with what I'm trying to say sometimes. So anyway, let's move on and look for the best card for Friday, the 7th of September. Friday the 7th, and we'll go with this card here. We've got card 34 called Healed. Healed, not healing, not heal, not you're a healer, not focus on some healing. It says healed. Healed is like the light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it? It says golden light, wounds, blocks, dissolve. This is a really positive card, especially for those of us who have been battling it out this week inside with our inner demons, if you like, and stuff that we're coping with in our life, that we're trying to cope with. So this is a really great positive energy for Friday, and I feel like if we can really take heed of the advice, if it resonates with you, of looking at the cyclic patterns that we're in and urgently de-stressing, nurturing, taking steps to break those patterns so we can steer our life in a happier, healthier direction, then this is like the light at the end of the tunnel. Some of us have been feeling like we're in this dark part of this tunnel, and we wonder if we're ever going to get out of it. It feels like it's permanent. When we're in that tunnel, when we're in that darkness and that uncomfortable space, this is the light at the end of the tunnel, and there's potential for us to connect in with that. If we haven't already, then definitely on Friday. But we need to look at our wounds. We need to look at what our issues are and what our fear is. What is our anxiety trying to cover? What's underneath the anxiety? What's knocking us out of balance? We have to be honest with all of this stuff. If we keep ignoring it and keep just robotically going through our life, we're going to keep staying in the tunnel. I mean, that's just a fact. We have to recognize that we have the power now to break these habits and these cycles that we've gotten into, and to step into the light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't know how to proceed, please ask. Please ask. Ask someone. Ask for help. Ask yourself. Ask your loved ones in spirit. Like I said in the video yesterday, sometimes just to simply admit to ourselves or verbally out loud, I am struggling. Sometimes that's enough to start bringing a solution forward. So don't hold yourself bottled up, stagnant, stuck in that horrible, dark energy for too long. For me personally, if I feel like that for longer than 3 days, that's enough for me. I've got to take some drastic steps then to make some changes. That's even if I can see 3 days out, because usually a day or two of it's enough for me. So if it's been 3 days and I'm still wallowing in my bottled up dark space and stepping back in that uncomfortable, consuming, dark way, is it starting to rain? Then I'll definitely have to take steps to do something about it. I can't personally fathom or understand how people could hold themselves or be in that space for longer than 3 days. That's how important it is to me to not wallow, wallow's not the right word, not hang about in that dark energy for too long. And we have our ups and downs, life isn't always easy, but I think that, and what I've noticed for myself in my life, is that we do have more power than we realise to get back in charge of our life. So you are not a victim to life, you're not a victim to what's going on in your life. You can learn from it, you can get your power back. So this represents the light at the end of the tunnel, a time of healing, a time of filling ourselves up with golden light. And recognizing the light is there and moving towards it. There is potential for improvement. There is something to hope for and to trust as you move through. To turn the challenge into an opportunity, to learn, to grow, to become more of who you are. So that's Friday's card, healed. But I feel it really represents the light at the end of the tunnel. I trust that makes sense for you. So now I'm looking for the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Thursday and Friday. So let's have a look and see. I trust that you're feeling okay. I will read all of your comments when I get back on my computer, just so you know. So the theme card is this here. Okay, we have card 16 called Stepping In. This is going to tie in beautifully with what I've been talking about. It says solo commitment, test, allow and flow. This card's encouraging us to step in and make a commitment now. A commitment to ourselves, a commitment to break a habit, a commitment to move towards more happiness in our life, or to move towards a space that feels better than perhaps yesterday, or feels better than this morning, and to make a commitment to ourselves. This is, okay, for some of us, we may be in the middle of making maybe, what would you say, quite a literal commitment. We might be in the middle of doing a contract or something like that. So this would definitely be supporting it being a favourable time to sign a contract, if that's something that some of you are going through. But this is very much about making a personal commitment now and stepping into the change that we want to make in our life. That we can open up our body, open up our heart, embrace our vulnerability and our sensitivity. Don't be scared of it, but embrace it and use that to step forward now in our life. Just like in this picture, she's stepping into water, she's testing the water, but she's got the courage now to step forward, even if she doesn't know where she's going, even if she doesn't know what the outcome is. Sometimes we just need to follow our heart and follow what feels right. So this card's also talking about going with the flow and trusting in the flow and the movement of our life and being a participant in that. So not sitting back on the sidelines, just letting life pass us by, but getting involved in our life. Make a commitment to ourselves. Hey, I commit now to urgently step into a time of de-stressing or a break, if that's what I need. I urgently make changes in my life and cut out negativity. I urgently take the steps to break this habit that I've gotten into, that I've been talking about ending, but I haven't actually followed through with yet. So Thursday and Friday, very strong about following through, backing up our words, making a commitment to ourselves. So very strong energy coming through. So a great time to really start steering our life in the direction that we want to go and to break some of these cyclic habits that we've gotten into. So quite strong energy, and probably really hits some of us, or some of you perhaps, quite deeply as a truth. And you will know if it does, because you will feel a stirring. You will feel like, oh, hold on, that's talking about me and my life. I have no idea what's going on for you. So it's not an accident that some things I'm saying might really speak to you. So listen to it. Please listen to it. Because spending another day in a stressful, not coping, unbalanced, anxious space is potentially a waste of one of your precious days in your life. So it's urgent that sometimes we urgently need to take steps now, right now. Not next week, not when you have a birthday, not the new year, but now. So it's very supportive to for us to, the energy is very favourable to support us on these personal changes that we want to make inside. Change the course of our path. Don't be afraid. You can trust that everything will work out just fine. Have the courage to step into your heart and do what you need to do to make the changes that are required. If you're not sure, if you feel uncertain, then I would suggest getting out your journal and writing down your thoughts and your ideas. What's not working for you? What is working for you? What changes can you make to help shift those things on that side that aren't working? Sometimes it's easier to see things when we step back a bit, and sometimes that can simply be writing things down. When we write things down, we can kind of step back and reread them as the observer, and sometimes that's a bit easier way to see and get clarity. So I've got total trust, and I don't really use that word, but total trust and faith is not a word I use. Total trust and faith in you. I absolutely believe in you that you can do this. So now it's up to you to believe in you. Don't you agree, Puss? She stares up at my face like I'm speaking just to her. It's so cute. Okay, thanks for connecting. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today. I've created these, and if you would like to start working with them or learn more about them, please have a look on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. So we have our Temple of Balance Tasmania Healing Retreat coming up in February 2019. It's a whole week. It's actually 8 days, 7 nights if you're inspired to spend the week with us in Tasmania. at our retreat place, beautiful, quiet, private place in nature, then please have a look on my website to learn more. We'll be doing lots of creating this time. So we're going to create our own healing energy cards, which is really exciting. So I'm going to personally encourage and support you and share with you tips on creating your own piece of healing art. And then we're going to turn them into our own little deck of healing energy cards for the week when we're at the retreat. And we're going to turn them into a little necklace and really work a lot with creativity this time. So I'm very much looking forward to it. So if you want to learn more, if you resonate with my work, or if you feel like you need a break, or you'd like to connect with a healing retreat, just a warning though that we do go deep. I'm not one for glossing the surface, so we do go deep with our healing retreat. So if you really seriously want to make changes in your life, changes to yourself, then that's what the retreat's for. It's also very supportive. I'm not a hard case. I'm not a warden or anything, I don't think. Aileen can let us know. She came last time. So please have a look on my website if you're interested. Or if you'd like to learn more about the work that I do, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. Have a fantastic couple of days, and the energy is very supportive for confidence building and strength and stepping into our power and getting clarity. So I trust that you're able and open to working with that energy. So thanks again, and I will connect with you again soon. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Thank you and namaste.